What's going on, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, Russell Wilson could be on the trading block, and the Seattle Seahawks will be making the greatest mistake in the history of their organization. Now, here's the thing. So, The Athletic came out with a report. Shout out to The Athletic, a really good subscription-based sports site. And they have come out and said that there is a clear rift between Russell Wilson, the star quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, and Pete Carroll, the head coach. Now, here's the thing. Russell Wilson has come out publicly since the Super Bowl and said that, hey, we need to upgrade our offensive line. Hey, I need some more help. I need to be able to maneuver because I just watched Tom Brady go to work at 43 years old and win a Super Bowl. Why? Because he had a really good defense. Seattle's defense is terrible. And he had a really good offensive line. I just watched Patrick Mahomes in that same Super Bowl get chased around for 500 yards. Like 500 yards he accounted for scrambling around trying not to get sacked when the times he didn't get sacked. Right? So Russell Wilson wants some more and better personnel. He wants in on talking about some of the schemes, some of the offensive, what they're doing on the offense, and he needs to upgrade his line. Russell Wilson has been sacked nearly 400 times since he entered the NFL, and that is the most in the league, the most in the league during that span. And so now there is a rift between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson may be on his way out of Seattle, and that would be oh my God, that might be one of the biggest blunders in the history of the league. Now, here's the thing. So, I think we have to really realize who Russell Wilson is. Like, he's not just Sierra's husband. He's not just the guy who replaced Future. He's not just a star NFL quarterback. He is a guy that ultimately saved the Seattle Seahawks organization. Before Russell Wilson, Seattle was a no man's land. Pete Carroll was about to get fired. Pete Carroll was a coach in the NFL with a losing record. The Seattle Seahawks were irrelevant. They had Marshawn Lynch and he had the beast mode run. But outside of that, for the previous 20 years, Seattle was irrelevant. And now Seattle was consistently makes the playoffs. Consistently, at least early on in the season, a Super Bowl contender. Consistently, one of the teams we actually talk about in the league. And there's only so many of those. And it's all because of Russell Wilson. Like, it's all because of this 5'11", 215-pound quarterback out of NC State, actually out of Wisconsin, because he had a transfer from NC State because they disrespected him there. Then he goes to Wisconsin, sets all the records in college, and he doesn't get drafted into the third round. And the thing about that, if we remember 9-10 years ago when Russell Wilson was actually drafted by Seattle, they had a starting quarterback. They had paid Matt Flynn from Green Bay to come over and be their starter. Russell Wilson was a third-round rookie and beat out Matt Flynn for the job and essentially saved Pete Carroll and potentially turned him into a Hall of Famer now that he has a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl appearance. Like, that's Russell Wilson. So, yes, I believe he should have some say in personnel. Yes, I believe he should be able to voice his opinion and not get backlash for it. Yes, I believe that the team should listen to him if he wants to say who the hell's on his team. He is the franchise. Like, we do realize if you trade away Russell Wilson, he's going to be good and your team is going to suck again. Look at all the teams around the NFL with no quarterbacks. Look at them. Look at how miserable they are. Teams without good quarterbacks are miserable. There's not three teams in the NFL. There are not three teams. There are not three players in the entire NFL better than Russell Wilson. There's not three quarterbacks. There's not three players better than Russ. I'll give you Mahomes. And then it gets, I give you Rodgers. But then it gets, who you taking over Russ? You're not going to take, the quarterbacks are going to go first. He's a top 5 player and a top 3 quarterback. He's better than Deshaun. I think I might like Deshaun better, but statistically, Russ is right there, if not better. He's won more. He's won a Super Bowl, and he's done it more consistently, and he's never been hurt. He's better than Lamar. Better stats, better record. Won a Super Bowl. You got Rodgers. You got Mahomes. And obviously, Brady's really good. But there's not 3 quarterbacks better than Russell Wilson. The teams without quarterbacks are the ones who end up suffering, more so than the player. Star quarterbacks normally figure it out, no matter where they go. They get traded, they get sent away, they decide to sign someone free agency. Look at New England. New England, the best run organization over the last 20 years, lose their star quarterback. They go to 7-9. Their starter quarterback moves on, wins a freaking Super Bowl. Star quarterbacks aren't easy to come by. The Bears are looking for one. Atlanta's looking for one. The Jets are looking for one. Jacksonville is looking for one. Dallas might have one, and they just Dallas thought Andy Dalton was the same as Dak, and look what that landed them. So the fact that Seattle is actually, twiddling their thumbs and considering trading Russell Wilson, it'd be the greatest mistake in the history of the organization. All because the man wants say in personnel, all because the man wants the offense to revolve around him, all because the man is their best player and feels like the best player should have some say on who the hell's on his team. He is the franchise. You give him all the money. Send him to Las Vegas. Send him to my Raiders, man, because we'll take him with open arms. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen next? I think Russell Wilson might be on his way out of the door in Seattle, and it'd be the greatest mistake that organization's ever made. The organization has been irrelevant my entire lifetime until Russell Wilson got there. They had one thing that they were relevant for. They were 7-9 and made the playoffs, and Marshawn Lynch had that beast mode run. Outside of that, this franchise, I couldn't tell you 3 players on the franchise before Russell got there and made them a Super Bowl champion and a consistent contender every single year. That's Russ. That's not Pete Carroll. He was garbage. He had a losing record before Russ got there. They were going to start Matt Flynn before Russ got there, and Russ came and took the job. He wasn't given the job. He's a 3rd-round pick. He was 5'11". It wasn't no 5'11" short quarterbacks running around making plays like Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson. He took the damn job. It's sick, man. They're sick. By the way, hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. at the Black Boss Channel. And make sure to follow us, and I'll see you.